All right, guys, so we're at one of the taboo topics.
Okay.
Dating women with children. How do you feel about it, Adam?
Well, I'm doing it right now, so I say as a rule of thumb, I proceed cautiously.
Okay.
Simply because it's a very sensitive situation. When you've got a kid involved, it's not just about me and my partner anymore. So I've really got to proceed cautiously and keep that child in mind, because any harm that I bring to her, I also bring to that child. So I don't have a whole lot of experience with this matter, but the experience I do have, I have moved very slowly.
Were you already ready for that, or did it just happen to come along with this particular package, or?
I would say that no, I wasn't ready for that, and it just happened to come along, and I really do like this person, so so I'm willing to see if this is going to work.
Good for you. Greg, what about you?
Me personally, right now in my life, I would say no. Now, 2 years later, it might change because you never know what may happen. Me personally, I believe that it's a big, tough situation when you're dating a woman with a child, because you have to deal with so many other issues. You got to deal with the baby daddy. You got to deal with the child. Maybe if the child is old enough, he may not respect you, and you also have to deal with the parent on disciplining situations. So me right now, I would personally say no for me personally, but other people, that are dating women with other kids, I give them applause, because it is a tough situation, because you got to deal with so many things in that relationship. It's just not with that one individual person. It's several issues, So I applaud them, because it is a very difficult situation, because you got to love more than one person.
I get it. I get that. How about you, Byron?
Yeah, I mean, dating a woman with a child is not my personal preference. But the older I get, the more lenient I am in accepting somebody for who they are, and just allowing love to happen. So in my 20s, I was just like, no. You know what I mean? I actually, but the funny thing is, I dated one young lady that had a child, and she was a great mother. The child was in activities. Perfect mom. I never met him, which I thought was appropriate at that time. But I really liked her. Our relationship didn't really work out. We were at two different places, but I saw that it could happen, and you could really love somebody or care for somebody that had a child. But if in life you don't really get to choose,
right?
Sometimes God just kind of puts you in situations. So with that said, if that were my situation and that's what God sent me and that was the package, then
you're open.
I would accept it. Yeah.
So is there more pressure when you date a woman with a child? Is there more pressure, and how would you describe that, Adam?
I think it depends on the situation. It depends on the woman. Okay. Because I think some women are looking for more stability because they didn't get that with the first man. And so they're looking to you for that. Now, other cases, the man is stable and he does provide a home for the child, and she doesn't feel like the child needs another father figure, and this is just about me and her. And those cases are a lot more easy, they're easy to deal with. But yeah, if this is about playing house and being a father figure, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that is a lot of pressure. Byron, was it more pressure for you when you dated?
Not at all. Not at all. Because the child lived its own life. His own life.
Absolutely.
And the young lady and we dated and had a good time, and he was never a factor. That's why I said she was very responsible. I think she played her role effectively. He always had, I guess with her mom or the father, or whoever he was with, So had we got more serious, I felt that he would come into the picture at the appropriate time. So.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because I have a 3-year-old, and when I dated before my 3-year-old, I just didn't get it. You know, I didn't get women who had kids, who would date, and who were just looking for this ready-made home. And now that I have a son, and you're absolutely right, Adam, when your child's father is the other stable piece, it gives you a little more freedom to date. Now, I don't date, but you know what I'm saying? It gives you a little more freedom to date if that's what you want to do, to explore relationships. But I can see now how if that other piece wasn't stable, how a woman would look to provide that stability, because your child really becomes the top priority. And now having a child, it absolutely changes your whole perspective of date. You're looking at people in a totally different way. I never used to look at people and say, well, is this a father material or husband material? I don't even think in those terms. I don't even think in terms of marriage, but now it's more like, could this be a husband or a father? Not that I'm looking for that person to be that, but I'd be a fool not to consider that having a child. You know what I mean? But this is something we all agree on. This is like the coolest. About time. Cheers.
Next week on The Krew.